Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Accountitude. Here I am with the topic that is cash flow from investing activities. As you know very well that there is usually this type of case in your balance sheet when you have to prepare for cash flow statement. So we are going to discuss this case very specifically as per investment activities, that how much is the cash flow generated in the business for the investing activities. So first of all dear, in this particular case when we have to start, we have two options, whether to go along with the plant and machinery account only, or whether to go along with the plant and machinery and accumulated depreciation both over there. So first of all, when we are given in the question that there is plant and machinery account along with accumulated depreciation, normally we have to prepare two accounts. One is plant and machinery and second is accumulated depreciation. One more important thing to be highlighted here is that you know very well that assets carry which kind of balance, that is a debit balance, right? Assets have normally a debit balance. But when we say accumulated depreciation, because it is the depreciation which have been total up for last few years and have not been shown as a way of deduction in the balance sheet from the given asset. So in the particular given balance sheet, when it is shown as separate account, then we treat it as a credit balance, right? Assets have debit balance, but accumulated depreciation here would be treated for your credit balance because it is shown by the way of deduction from your given asset. So when we are preparing our plant and machinery account, then the opening balance would be shown on the debit side of your plant and machinery account. But when we will prepare accumulated depreciation account, then this opening balance would be shown on the credit side of your accumulated depreciation account, right? So in this case when we are preparing, let's see over here, yes, plant and machinery account and accumulated depreciation account. So here plant and machinery account would start with a debit balance for the opening case, that is to balance brought down was 7,50,000. But accumulated depreciation account will start with the credit balance over here with the balance brought down on the credit side of your given account by balance brought down, right? So we have written by balance brought down here. Now, there were also given the balances for year 2019. They were closing balances, right? So we are making use of this plant and machinery balance and this, not the resultant given. Okay, so we are making use of these balances. So there is balance carried down over here for the plant and machinery, that is 9,70,000. Brought down is on the debit side and credit side would be the carried down balance. But accumulated depreciation would have opposite version. Plant and machinery opposite version would be accumulated depreciation. Brought down for depreciation would be on credit and carried down would be on the debit side of the given account, right? Now, afterwards, in the question, what adjustment we were provided with, that a plant costing 1,45,000 rupees, on which accumulated depreciation is of rupees 70,000, was sold for 35,000. So this plant costing 1,45,000 in total will be deducted from your plant and machinery account, in which 70,000 is the accumulated depreciation. So what is the leftover value for the machine? If we say the machine was of rupees 1,45,000 and on this machine there was a depreciation of rupees 70,000, so the leftover machine value was of rupees 75,000, right? Now that 75,000 machine was sold for 35,000. So when the machinery is sold at a less value, that means there was a loss on sale of machinery with rupees 40,000. Got it? We have deducted 35,000 sale value from your asset value of rupees 75,000 after depreciation. So there was a loss of 40,000. Now what you have to do, This total value of rupees 1,40,000 is to be taken to your plant and machinery account as a deduction with accumulated depreciation 70,000, with bank value of 35,000, with loss of rupees 40,000. This 1,45,000 is split into the three parts. One is accumulated appreciation, one is its sale value, and one left over here is a case of loss, so that would be your loss. So let's see how we have shown these values in your plant and machinery account. So let's see over here. In the plant and machinery account, we have deducted a total value of 1,45,000 machine by way of deduction. For accumulated depreciation was 70,000, okay, and the sale value was 35,000, and there was a loss on the sale of machinery with rupees 40,000. So this total ups for a value of rupees 1,45,000. Now here accumulated depreciation, which was of rupees 70,000 on your sale of the asset, because it's with the account accumulated depreciation account, so this would be taken to your accumulated depreciation opposite side, that is with rupees 70,000, same amount which it was in your plant and machinery account. So 70,000 rupees is transferred to the accumulated depreciation account with the word plant and machinery. The opposite side it will go right over here, right? So now what is left over? These all values were given in the question. 35,000 was the sale value, the loss we have calculated for the machine. So what would be left over from your plant and machinery account? That would be the purchase. So here this purchase of rupees 3,65,000, which we made a calculation from here, the totaling of credit side minus debit side, which was less, we got a value 3,65,000. It shows that there was a purchase of machinery with rupees 3,65,000, which is the balancing figure here, right? Got it? So now accumulated depreciation account, where again we have three figures, one from your plant and machinery account, one is carried down balance, then brought down balance, and there is a difference which would tell us that how much depreciation was charged during the year. That would be from your profit and loss account with rupees 1,30,000. So we got two values from these accounts. One value we got for the purchase, another for the depreciation charged during the year, 1,30,000. Now what we have to take for our investing activities? First of all, we will take this as to be purchased for our investing activities, 3,65,000 in negative in your investing activities. Second value we will take from here is rupees 35,000, which was the sale value of the asset for rupees 35,000. This would be taken again to which activities? Investing activities. Okay, this would also go to the investing activities. The next is there is one value, profit and loss account, for the loss of the asset. This will go to the loss on the sale of the asset, will go to which activity? Operating activity, because it's a loss on the sale, so it will be added in your operating activities. On another side, in your cumulative depreciation account, you have a word depreciation with P&L account. This will also go to the operating activities under the head non-cash non-operating expenses. Depreciation would be added up there, it will not be taken to your investing activities. So overall we got how many things from here in these two accounts? See, we are not taking brought down carried down balances of both the accounts, we are not taking the transfers 70,000 and 70,000. What I am saying, we are not considering brought down carried down, right? This is cancelled up, this is also cancelled up, this is also cancelled up in our activities, right? Then this 70,000 is from here, so we are not considering this 70,000 and this 70,000. So leftover is the purchase that will be shown as a deduction in investing activity. Then there is a sale that would be shown as a positive balance in investing activity. There is the loss on the sale of the asset, and there is a depreciation on the asset. These two things would be taken to your operating activities under the head non-cash non-operating expenses. Depreciation is a non-cash expense, loss on sale of the asset is a non-operating expense. So both of these would be added to your operating activities. I hope this is clear to you, right? Now there is one another way out where we don't make use of these two accounts, rather we can make use of only a single account, that is a plant and machinery account. For this particular case to happen, this plant and machinery account case to happen, there is one particular thing which must be given to us for the preparation of this account in the journal information that was provided here. Like in these two particular accounts, we calculated two balancing figure. One was purchase, another was depreciation. So for this particular method to happen, there must be one figure which should be given to you. Let's suppose over here that this 3,65,000 as a purchase is given in the question, right? So let's make the question for this. Along with this information, this whole information, let's say I am given the value of purchased asset is for rupees 3,65,000, which is given to me in the question. If it is given to me, we are not required to prepare two accounts, or in some of the questions we might not be given these all balances. If these all balances are not given to us, suppose this thing, these all balances accumulated and the previous values are not given to us, rather we are provided with only the asset value of rupees 7,30,000 as a closing balance and opening balance 5,70,000. Only this information is given to us in the question. Along with that, this additional information is given and we are asked to calculate the cash flow. Then what we have to take, we will take plant and machinery account opening balance 5,70,000, closing balance 7,30,000. Let's go back to our question. Here what we have done, we took our opening balance of rupees 5,70,000 and the closing balance of rupees, that is 7,30,000, which was given in the question after accumulated depreciation, right? So these are the two balances which we are having in the question. I have told you that we would also be provided with the purchase of the asset. Let's say this information is also given to us that purchase of the asset is with 3,65,000. Next in the additional information, we had same point that plant which was of 1,40,000, accumulated depreciation was 70,000, was sold for 35,000. Now what you have to do dear in this particular case, you will again do the same thing. 1,45,000 minus 70,000 depreciation, what is the leftover value? 75. Now, as for the given question, we have not considered our accumulated depreciation, so we will not consider this accumulated depreciation for account purposes. Now, for the account purposes, we will have to complete the value of rupees 75,000, which was after depreciation. Now, this 75,000 is split into the two part. One is the 35,000 sale and one is the 40,000 loss. So, this 35 and 40,000 we will show in our account here. Okay, so what I am saying to you over here is that when you are preparing your account without accumulated depreciation, so you will not show your depreciation on the sale part of the asset, rather you will complete the rest value of your asset. So what was the rest value? The sale value of the asset and the loss on the sale of the asset we put over here. Now from here all the given information, this information, this and the closing balance, we will get a value on the credit side as a balancing figure, sorry, here. Okay, so this is my balancing figure of rupees 1,30,000 depreciation. So we got this depreciation from here. Now which things are to be taken into account and where? First of all, that we have is our plant and machinery, right? So plant and machinery purchase value will go in investing activity as the way of deduction, and the sale of the asset, this bank value that was the sale of the asset 35,000, this will go again in your investing activities as a plus value. Okay, now the loss and the depreciation will go to, now you know these both will go to the operating activities under the head non cash. This is your non cash expense, and non operating expenses, non cash non operating expenses by way of addition, these both would be shown there, right? So the point remains the same whether you do from upper point view or the second method, but the point we can do from the second method only when from these two figures one of the figure is given to us. If that is again missing, we cannot go in for this particular method, we will have to follow. But you in your exam could find a case with accumulated depreciation also or without. When you don't have accumulated depreciation balance in your balance sheet, then you have to prepare this particular account. And remember, because we are not taking accumulated depreciations over here, so for the asset which we sold, we will not consider the accumulated depreciation here also. Here depreciation would be the balancing figure which we have to consider for profit and loss, which is actually the depreciation charged on the asset for whole of the year. I suppose the things are clear to you and you would be able to perform all these particular things in a better way. Thank you, Accountitude. Keep scoring.